Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back. Dr. Holly Mays, and today, man, we're going to be covering the three most powerful questions a trainer can ask on the gym floor. So let me kind of give you guys a little bit of a scenario here, okay? So you're in your gym, whether you are a fitness manager, whether you are a district fitness manager, whether you are a assistant fitness manager, trainer, whatever the case may be. I want to really explore some powerful questions that you can ask when you go out, because a lot of people don't like doing floor pulls. And I'm going to be honest with you, I love floor pulls, okay? So we want to make sure that you're doing the right things so you can get the right results, okay? I just want to let you know, great sales conversations are built on discovery. Write this down. Great sales questions and conversations are built on discovery. What does that mean? That means that I'm trying to find something out. I need to know something that I don't know. In the old school days, we call that finding your X factor. But I know new age people, they don't want to say that. But that's what we call finding your X factor, because it's a discovery phase. I need to know what I don't know, because until you do this, all you're operating on is speculation and opinion. You assume they don't want training. You assume that they don't need training. You assume they had a bad experience. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen those two things, speculation and opinion, be the basis for a sales system or a standard for a sales system. Okay, if you want to close more deals, you're gonna have to understand three things. The first one is the goal. You need to find the goal of your member. I don't care who they are. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what their experience is. You need to find the goal. The second thing is you need to find the struggle. Well, Holly, what does that mean, Dr. Mays? The struggle. Why are you not at your goal? Listen, let me say something to you. I don't care if you are a bodybuilder, a football player, or a person struggling to lose 10 pounds. There is a struggle. You're having a problem. Whether your left side is not, aligning with your right side, whether you're not losing the weight you want, whether you're not fitting into the dress or the pants that you think you should have been fitting in by this time. I don't care about your diet. I don't care about any of that stuff. You need to find out what struggles have they had. And the third thing is you need to find the consequence. That's right. The consequence, okay? The consequence is, hey, if I don't do this, what will be the alternative? If I don't lose this 10 pounds, what's the alternative? If I don't, lose 10% body fat, what's the alternative? If I don't get rid of diabetes type 1, what's the alternative? These three things are the only things that will matter to the member. We're not talking about you. Okay, I need you to not have a selfish moment here. Okay, these are the only things that matter to the member. And if you simply go on what matters to you, then you'll miss the mark and you won't find their X factor, and you'll not be able to really make a client out of this member. And watch this. Here's another way of putting it. Not only will you not make a client out of that member, you will set them up for failure by allowing them to stay continuing to do what they have been failing at for this time. All right. Always remember the most important thing when closing a deal. It cannot be your idea. Whose idea does it have to be? Their idea. They have to be the one to say, I want to do this. They have to believe that it's going to help them hit their goal. And until they believe that, it does not matter what you say. You can convince people sometimes. You can persuade people other times, but you will not be consistent and you will not grow a valuable business because you have not created a system of finding the X factor. Okay. So listen, I want to help you with that. All right. So let's explore a few scenarios. I'm going to give you three questions. All right. The first question is, what made you decide to join the gym? So I'm going out on the floor, just walking around, and I'm just picking a random person. For every 5 people, I may say, hey, real quickly doing a quick survey on the floor of all the members or all the clients, whatever it is. Hey, want to ask you a quick question. What made you decide to join the gym? And shut up and listen. All right? Remember, we're in the discovery phase, not a telling phase. The second question, what's been the hardest part about you reaching your goal so far? Okay. What's been the hardest part about you reaching your goal so far? Okay. It's just a random question. Some people, watch this. Some people may say, oh, nothing. I reached my goal. Great. So what are you working for? Questions are supposed to lead to other questions. Does that make sense? It's supposed to be a natural order and flow. But because we go in, I will say this, and I was talking to someone earlier. Um, this is just a time frame where it seems like people have a problem communicating. And if you want to grow your fitness business, if you want to become a better fitness manager or a fitness consultant or assistant fitness manager, and you really want to make money in this business and you really want to grow a training business, you have to become a good communicator. And the only way you can become a good communicator is be in front of people. So again, I'm on the gym floor, going out. First question I'm asking is, hey, what made you decide to join the gym? Hey, I'm trying to lose some weight. Okay, cool. What's been the hardest part about you reaching that goal? Oh, blah blah blah. Hey, I've had to work. Consistency, accountability. Now, I want to say something to you. While you're asking these questions, everybody will not qualify for your program. All right, write that down. Everyone will not qualify for your program. But watch this. Everyone qualifies for your program. Does that make sense? Everyone will not qualify for your program, but everyone qualifies for your program. Understand that, all right? So when you go to people, understand that a no means a no. Don't get upset because somebody tell you I'm okay. Don't go before you even go out there, get your mind ready to understand that people will tell you, no, I'm good. No, I don't need no help. Oh, no, I know where it's going. You're trying to get me to get a program. Already understand you're going to get some people to do that. So what I'm going to challenge you to do while you're asking these questions is make sure before you take a break, you talk to 5 people. Already understand that those 5 people, 3 of them are going to tell you, I'm good. I don't need you. They're going to shut you down. Okay? Already understand that. Now, here's the thing. If you stop at 5, then it's going to feel bad because you feel like you got 3 no's and maybe 2 maybes or 2 yeses, right? So do you think it would be better instead of stopping at 5, go to 10? Okay. I want you to maximize your opportunities when you're going out there on the floor. But let me get back to the questions. First question, what made you decide to join the gym? Shut up, listen. Ask the question and be quiet. Whatever they tell you, your next question is what's been the hardest part about you reaching your goal so far? Has it been the weight loss journey? Has it been you trying to build muscle? Has it been your diet? What has been the hardest problem for you so far? All right? And let them tell you, because now this puts you in a position of concern. They feel like you're concerned. It sounds like you genuinely want to understand and know about the struggle and what's going on. The next question is, if nothing changed, where do you think you'd be in 6 months? So if you don't lose this 6 pounds, if you don't lose this 3% body fat, if you don't change your diet, if you don't get accountable and you don't get consistent, and you do this for the next 6 months, okay, what do you think would happen? And be quiet and listen to them. Because what these questions actually create is awareness. And watch this, not only you being aware of what they're dealing with and what's going on with them, but them being aware. See, sometimes we ask questions. No, let me not say sometimes. All the time we ask questions so that people, when they respond internally, they're hearing themselves. So when a person said, when you say, well, hey man, what's your biggest problem and on why you haven't reached your goal? And they say, oh, consistency. They just told themselves they're inconsistent. So that opens up the door for you to be able to say you're inconsistent. Well, hey man, why do you think you got a problem following your diet, man? Because I just want to eat what I want. So what you're telling me is you're not very accountable. I didn't say it, you said it. And as long as they say it first, you have the right to say it any other time after that. So watch this. I'm gonna give you a scenario. Check me out here, okay? So a member comes up or a member says, hey, listen, I want to lose weight. Well, here's what some trainers say. Okay, here's what some trainers say. Some trainers say, well, awesome. What's been the hardest part about losing weight in the past? So I'm asking them to tell me their problems, their issues, their struggles. Okay? But here's the thing. A lot of people don't have that type of follow-up question. Some trainers will say, oh, when they're asked or told, I want to lose weight, what they'll tell to the person, oh, okay, well, hey, if you ever have any problems, man, come holler at me, man. I'll take you through a good workout. We're not hearing what the person is saying. They're telling you, I want to lose weight. These are my goals. And when what is the underlying thing that they're saying is, I've tried to lose weight and I've been unsuccessful. So this is why follow-up questions really matter. Awesome. Try to lose. Great. What's been the hardest part about you losing weight in the past? You know what I'm saying? I'm asking questions to get answers, but while I'm getting those answers and operating in discovery and creating awareness for myself, I'm also creating awareness for the member amongst themselves. So now they're saying things out loud that they wouldn't have normally said. Okay. Some other follow-up questions, if they say I want to lose weight, is cool. What was those things or events that made this become a priority for you today? Another thing is when they say, hey, I want to lose weight. Okay. If you lose weight, how will your life change from where it is now or has been? Y'all see y'all see where these questions are going? Y'all see how these are open-ended questions to where it allows the member to reflect and then speak on the reflection. Another question, when a member says, I want to lose weight, super proud of you, man. Have you made a decision to do what is required to accomplish this weight loss goal? Okay. Have you made a decision to do whatever it takes to, necessary to hit the goal? Well, they might be like, yeah, okay, great. So what decisions have you made? We can go on and on and on, but we got to make sure that if we're trying to sell more training, you need to get the member to open up. You have to get the member to talk more than you. And the only way you do that is if you ask questions. So many times in my career, man, I've seen people that were really good. They were good salespeople. And if you keep following me, I'll have in a later podcast the difference between closing and selling, because there's a huge difference. And a lot of people think that they're closing, but they're really selling. That's why they have 3-day cancels. That's why people don't last in their program. That's why people, end up paying but don't come in, because you sold them and they don't feel like they won on the deal. They don't get inspired or pumped up or motivated to keep coming back. They don't feel like that they got something that's really going to help them. That's why they don't utilize it. But when you close it, listen, I'll get back to that later. Okay. We'll have another podcast on that. But I want to make sure that you understand the art of asking questions. Okay. You have to ask questions. You have to make sure that you are really, really, really making sure that you're going over the goal. You're finding out the goal. You're finding out the struggle. You're finding out the consequence. And you're being able to ask those questions that will allow you to be able to present a program because of a problem. Remember, I talked to y'all earlier, problem, solution. You got to make sure that you find a problem. And guess what? You offer a solution. It's parallel to telling somebody what they're not doing right. Well, okay, well, cool. If you tell me I'm not doing right, tell me how to make it better. You told me my problem, give me a solution. A lot of times we'll tell everybody their problems. Oh, you're not doing this right. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, this. Oh, that. But you never give them a solution. And now they feel like you're just bashing them because you're in better shape than they are. Again, now you're identifying the problem that you can solve. If they feel like they noticed a problem and you give them a solution, they will sit back and say, okay, great. Give me what I need to be successful. All right. So here's what I want you to do. We're getting ready to wrap this up. Check it out. So today when you get to the gym or fitness facility or wherever you're at, I want you to challenge yourself to do the following, okay? I want you to challenge yourself. Check this out. Write this down. Ask 3 members today these exact questions, okay? Ask 3 members these exact questions, okay? What are the questions? What made you decide to join the gym? Not what made you decide to join the gym today. No, just ask a random question. Hey, man, if you don't mind me asking, man, what made you decide to join the gym, man? Just doing a survey, man. Just want to get some feedback from you. The next question is, hey, what's been the hardest part about reaching your goal so far? Now, here's the deal. You're not saying that they haven't reached their goal. All you're asking, again, doing the survey, Just want to get some members' feedbacks. What has been the hardest part about you reaching your goals? Okay, so far. And then the next thing you want to ask is, if nothing changed, where do you think you'd be in 6 months? So if you don't hit your goal, if you don't lose the weight, if you don't get rid of diabetes, hey, in 6 months, what do you think your life is going to be? All right. Now, watch this. I do not want you to pitch anything yet. Don't pitch a program. Don't pitch a PT pricing. Don't pitch anything right now. All you're doing is having a great conversation, asking some open-ended questions to an individual that you're trying to find a problem from, because in your back pocket, you have a solution. What's your solution? Your solution is your PT program. Okay. Okay. Just practice listening. That's all I want you to do. I want you to go to 3 people and just practice listening and answer questions based on what you heard, not what you assume, but what you heard. And then once you practice with listening, I want you to write down your encounter and your experience. Okay. And how you would respond in that manner that will lead to qualifying questions. So if you go to somebody and you say, "Hey man, what made you join the gym?" And they say, man, just wanted to lose some weight, this, that, and the other." Okay, great. I want you to write that down, so that if you can't respond to that right now, or you don't have a question, a follow-up question for that, I want you to reflect on that, go and write that down, so that the next time you're better prepared for that. All right. But listen, man, I'm telling you, these things are golden. If you work on your listening skills, if you work on asking open-ended questions, if you work on creating a problem so that you can present a solution, I promise you, you will sell more PT. Well, watch this. Not only will you sell more PT, your booking percentage will go up, your show percentage will go up, and your closing percentage will go up. And watch this, your attrition rate will be absolutely wonderful, because people buy from people that they like and love. If you want more tips on how to maximize your fitness sales, follow me on YouTube and continue to share this video, man. Also, go check out my TikTok. I got some little videos, man, that'll really help you out, man, in the spur of the moment when you're trying to handle some objections or handle some rebuttals. Also, make sure you comment and ask questions. I love when people comment. I love you to ask questions, man, and I answer these things real time, man. So please go ahead, ask questions. Even if you're in the midst of a sales process right now, you break away and you ask questions, guess what? I got my notifications where I can immediately come out and give you a response, okay? I mean, we're here to uplift, we're here to upscale, and we're here to motivate each other. Remember something. This is something my father told me when I was young, and I want to leave with you. Don't ever stop thinking for yourself, because when you do, someone will try to start thinking for you, and that will never turn out for your good. Till next week, y'all, I'm out, all right? Peace.